the death of Vadim Stroykin, a 59-year-old Russian singer-songwriter, under the shadow of a visit from Russia's security services, has cast a long, dark shadow over the vibrant artistic community of St. Petersburg. His demise, reported as a suicide by a leap from his ninth-floor apartment window on February 5th, remains shrouded in ambiguity and suspicion, fueling speculation and prompting a wave of grief among his friends and admirers. The circumstances surrounding his death are deeply troubling, painting a grim picture of the risks associated with dissent in contemporary Russia. The official narrative suggests a self-inflicted death following a morning visit from security personnel. At 9:00 a.m., a team from Russia's security services arrived at Stroykin's modest ninth-floor apartment, their presence immediately raising alarm bells. Their investigation centered around an accusation of grave significance in today's repressive political climate: donating to the Ukrainian army. This act, a simple gesture of humanitarian support for a nation under siege, became the apparent catalyst for a tragic sequence of events that culminated in Stroykin's untimely end. Those who knew him described Vadim Stroykin as a charismatic individual, an eccentric with a strong moral compass and an unwavering commitment. He was, according to a dozen friends interviewed by The Guardian, a man of unwavering conviction, never shying away from expressing his deep-seated disapproval of Russia's war in Ukraine, even as such outspokenness became increasingly perilous and potentially life-threatening. His outspoken criticism of the war, a stark contrast to the pervasive state-controlled narrative, placed him squarely in the crosshairs of a regime known for its intolerance of dissent. His inner turmoil was evident in his contemplation of fleeing to Europe in 2022, a desperate attempt to escape the tightening noose of repression. However, as recounted by a friend residing in Germany, the logistical hurdles proved insurmountable. He was unable to secure the necessary documents for emigration, effectively trapping him within a system increasingly intolerant of opposing voices. This desperate attempt to seek refuge highlights the intense pressure he was under and the limited options available to those who dared to challenge the prevailing narrative. Stroykin's tragic death adds to a long and disturbing history of prominent figures in Russia meeting untimely ends under mysterious circumstances. This pattern, involving executives, outspoken critics of Vladimir Putin, and other high-profile individuals, often involves falls from windows, raising serious questions about the role of state-sponsored violence. While some cases are widely suspected to be assassinations, others remain ambiguously classified, with few deaths truly accepted as genuine suicides. The consistent thread weaving through these incidents casts a dark pall over the notion of justice and due process within Russia's political landscape, making it difficult to dismiss Stroykin's death as a simple suicide. The circumstances surrounding his death remain deeply troubling, fueling suspicions and prompting calls for a thorough, transparent, and independent investigation into the events leading to his demise. His story serves as a stark reminder of the immense personal risks associated with dissent and the silencing of opposing viewpoints within Russia's increasingly authoritarian environment. The legacy of Vadim Stroykin, a man who dared to speak truth to power, will undoubtedly continue to resonate, challenging the official narrative and prompting further scrutiny of the ongoing human rights crisis in Russia.